Toyota and Honda have ruled the roads for decades, but that era might be over. Because an electric SUV from a Chinese automaker is quietly shaking the foundation of the entire industry. You probably haven't even heard of the BYD Seal U DM-i, and that's exactly how they want it. It's not just cheaper, it's not just packed with high-tech features. This vehicle is rewriting the playbook, offering luxury-level design, jaw-dropping efficiency, and a hybrid system that embarrasses the competition. While Western media sleeps on it, Europe is already watching BYD rise, and governments are starting to panic. How did this brand go from underdog to industry disruptor in just a few years? And why are Toyota and Honda suddenly scrambling to catch up? Because once you understand what BYD is doing, you'll realize this isn't just another EV. It's a warning shot. BYD didn't start as a car company. In fact, when it launched in 1995, it was just a humble battery manufacturer, quietly building components for phones and electronics while the automotive giants laughed from their ivory towers. But while they mocked, BYD planned. By the early 2000s, they'd entered the auto space, and in 2008, Warren Buffett made a move nobody expected. He invested $232 million into BYD, calling it the future of transportation. That was the moment people should have started paying attention, but they didn't. While Toyota and Honda doubled down on gas engines, BYD bet everything on electric and hybrid technology. They mastered batteries, scaled production, and began dominating in their home market. Today, they're outselling Tesla in China and exporting to Europe, South America, and beyond, with barely a whisper from Western media. But BYD wasn't just building cars. They were setting the stage for something bold, the Seal U DM-i. And that's when things got interesting. At first glance, the Seal U DM-i might look like just another sleek electric SUV, but under the hood, it's an engineering statement. BYD's dual-mode intelligent hybrid system flips the script. Instead of relying mostly on gas with a small electric assist, like most hybrids, the Seal U DM-i does the opposite. It prioritizes electric power, with the gas engine acting as support. The result? Over 77 miles of pure electric driving before the engine even kicks in. For daily drivers, that means most commutes use zero gasoline. But when it's time for a road trip, range anxiety disappears. And here's the kicker. You can plug it in like a full EV, or just fill up at the pump. That flexibility isn't just smart, it's dominating. Smooth ride, whisper quiet cabin, a price tag that undercuts most Toyota and Honda hybrids. This isn't just a hybrid, it's a warning to every automaker still clinging to old ideas. And once you see how Toyota and Honda stack up, it gets even uglier. For years, Toyota and Honda were untouchable, kings of reliability and fuel efficiency. But while they rested on their reputations, BYD built the future. Look at Toyota's hybrid lineup today. Most models max out at 40 to 50 miles per gallon with barely a taste of electric range. Honda? Still fumbling its EV strategy, relying on joint ventures and half measures, while BYD ships fully formed plug-in hybrids around the world. The Seal U DM-i blows past both. It delivers a true EV driving experience, covers more distance on battery alone, and still costs thousands less. Meanwhile, Toyota's BZ4X rollout was a mess, and Honda's electric plans are years behind schedule. Why? Because the giants got too comfortable. Their factories, suppliers, and stockholders are built around the old way. And breaking that system isn't easy. But BYD isn't breaking anything. They built new systems from scratch, and that's exactly why Toyota and Honda are scrambling to catch up. But it might already be too late. It didn't take long for Europe to notice what was happening. BYD's EVs started flooding the market, faster, cheaper, and often better than anything European brands could offer. Suddenly, local automakers weren't just losing sales, they were losing the future. In 2023, the European Union launched a sweeping investigation, accusing Chinese automakers, especially BYD, of receiving unfair subsidies. But the truth is harder to admit. Western companies simply can't keep up. These aren't cheap knockoffs. They're legitimate threats, and that terrifies policymakers. Tariffs are being discussed, trade walls are going up. Even the US, with its tougher import policies, is quietly watching as Chinese EVs sneak into Latin America and Europe, dominating with ruthless efficiency. Governments aren't worried because BYD is doing something wrong. They're worried because BYD is doing everything right. And unless something changes, Toyota and Honda might not just lose the lead, they might be locked out of the next generation entirely. Step inside the Seal U DM-i and something immediately feels off. Not in a bad way, in a "how is this even possible" way. Reviewers across Europe expected a budget EV with cheap plastics and minimal tech. Instead, they found a rotating 15.6-inch infotainment screen, buttery smooth digital cockpit, Nappa leather seats, and a whisper-quiet cabin that rivals premium German brands. There's ambient lighting, a panoramic sunroof, adaptive cruise control, and enough semi-autonomous features to make you double-check the badge. One reviewer even said, "This isn't a budget car, it's a wake-up call." But the biggest shock? The price. In Europe, the Seal U DM-i comes in well under £40,000, undercutting Toyotas and Hondas that don't even offer half the features. It doesn't just match the competition, it punches above its weight, making you wonder what else BYD is hiding. And as it turns out, they're just getting started. The Seal U DM-i isn't a fluke, it's a blueprint. BYD isn't just selling cars, they're executing a global takeover, one region at a time. Unlike Toyota or Honda, BYD doesn't rely on outside suppliers. They build their own batteries, chips, and platforms, giving them speed, scale, and control no traditional automaker can match. They've already planted flags in Europe, Brazil, Thailand, and more. New factories are popping up outside China to sidestep tariffs and accelerate their invasion of global markets. In some regions, they're offering full fleets, from city cars to luxury sedans, and they're doing it faster and cheaper than anyone imagined. The Seal U DM-i was just step one, a test to prove they could match and beat the best. It worked, and now rumors swirl of a US entry that could shake the market even further. If this was BYD's opening move, what comes next might leave the entire industry in ruins. 10 years ago, no one would have believed that a Chinese car company could threaten the very foundations of Toyota and Honda. But now, it's already happening. The Seal U DM-i isn't just a flashy EV with a clever hybrid system. It's a symbol of what happens when innovation, efficiency, and ambition collide. And the most dangerous part? BYD isn't slowing down. While legacy automakers debate strategy, BYD is shipping cars, building factories, and rewriting the rules. Governments are reacting, competitors are scrambling, and consumers? They're starting to ask questions. Because when a vehicle offers more, costs less, and feels futuristic, what excuse do the old guard have left? The real question now isn't whether BYD can compete, it's whether anyone else can keep up.